Today's podcast is brought to you by our friends at Bandzoogle. Built for musicians, by musicians. Bandzoogle powers the websites for tens of thousands of artists around the world. Their simple step-by-step system will get you online in minutes. Choose from dozens of mobile-friendly templates, then customize your design in just a few clicks. Built for musicians, by musicians. Bandzoogle has all the features you need for your website and EPK already built in, including tools to sell music and merch commission-free crowdfunding and fan subscription features, mailing list tools to grow your fan list and send professional newsletters, integrations to pull in content from your online services including YouTube, Twitter, and SoundCloud, and live support from their musician-friendly team 7 days a week. Go to bandzoogle.com to try it for free for 30 days, and be sure to use the promo code DrummerGirl, that's all one word, to get 15% off for the first year of any subscription.
Turn up the volume nice and loud, because we are controlling transmission. You're in the mix with Lil Drummer Girl, with your host, Dawn Marie.
Hello, my drumsters. Welcome back to another episode of The Little Drummer Girl. I'm your host, Dawn Marie Mutel, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. It is National Men's Grooming Day, so in honor of such, I'd like to share some of my knowledge in skincare and help you with any of your skincare woes, okay? Skincare is not just for women, it's for men and women. So if you're not taking care of your skin, it's never too late to start. So let's start today, okay? You can mark your calendars and every day you start taking care of it just a little bit better than the last. And before you know it, you may start to see some of those things that might have been bothering you start to disappear. So let's start with your skin type. Do you know which skin type you have? There are 5 main skin types. The first one is normal. And what that means is it's normal. There's no issues, okay? So every day is the same, no trouble zones, life is good. And then you have dry skin, which now you start to run into a little bit of a tiff, right? Because you may start to see some flakiness and some dryness or dry patches, things like that. You may even have eczema. Next would be oily skin. So if it's oily, that just means that it's oily and it's producing more oil in your glands than the normal or dry skin types. So then you have your sensitive skin type, which is basically just that. Things can irritate it very easily. It could be fragrance. It could be environmental. It can be something that you eat can cause skin havoc as well. And last but not least is combination skin, which means that you have dry skin on the cheeks and in the T-zone, which is your chin, your forehead, and your nose area. And that might be oily. So let's break it down. If you have normal skin, you just, take care of your face, you wash it. But whenever you wash your face with any kind of soap product, never use body soap on your face because, as I always say, the skin on your face is like a silk blouse, okay? Compared to the skin on your body, which may be more like a cotton shirt, right? So it can get a little bit more, roughed up there. But with the face, it's very delicate. The skin around the eyes are very delicate, etc. So if you have dry skin, you definitely want to use a very rich emollient cleanser. You may think about maybe even using like a cleansing oil or a mild cleansing lotion or a milk. They have a lot more hydrating properties in them. And you want to moisturize right after you cleanse your skin. So if you're not doing this right now, even for your body, if you have dry skin on your face, most likely you're going to have dry skin on your body. So you want to make sure that you're covering both. And all products are not equally created. So you're going to make sure that you have a special face cream for the face and one for the body. And what you do is when you come out of your daily shower in the morning, you just make sure you apply it. I know it takes a couple extra minutes, but I'm telling you, you're going to see a difference. You're going to feel a difference in your skin, and you're going to really reap the benefits. Trust me. So now if you have oily skin on the other side of the spectrum, it means that your glands are overactive and they're just producing a lot more oil. And of course, if you have oily skin, it also may mean that you have oily hair. And that means that you have to cleanse it more often, that you really can't get away with a couple of days because it may start to look too oily. If that's the case, don't think that you don't need moisturizer, because you still do, because the skin is about 7 layers deep, and the subcutaneous level, those skin cells down there, they need moisture to keep it plump, to keep your skin from looking wrinkly and old. And you can, keep the aging process at bay by keeping it as hydrated as possible. So even though you have oily skin, you may think, oh, I have oily skin, I don't need any moisturizer. But that's the farthest from the truth. And one of my favorite products that I used to tell my clients when I was doing the counter work with Clinique was to make sure that they were using, there's a dramatically different moisturizing gel by Clinique, and that is specifically made for oily skin. And it's really great because it's lightweight, it doesn't clog your pores, it's hypoallergenic, and it's fragrance-free. So speaking of fragrance-free, if you have sensitive skin, you may have real sensitivities to anything that has heavy fragrances or lots of chemicals, or it can even be something that you eat can create havoc with your skin. So if you have sensitive skin, some of those things you may see happening, and that may mean that you have sensitive skin. So that may be like the red flag saying, hello, I have sensitive skin, and you really have to take care of me a little bit more with some kick gloves. So think about getting a specific cleanser for your face for sensitive skin. Make sure there's no fragrance in it, no heavy oils. I'd rather you use a water-based than an oil-based product. Also, think about the things you're putting in your hair, because if you're using a lot of gels or any kind of, waxes and things like that in your hair, it may have too many chemicals in it, and it can actually seep into your skin through your pores and can create havoc. So if that's the case, just remove some of those products. And then, let your skin clear up a little bit, and then start to introduce one at a time. If you notice that maybe you're breaking out again, or there's a rash or something happening, then you can see that that was the culprit. Last but not least is combination skin, which means your cheeks are dry and your T-zone, which is your forehead, your nose, and your chin, are oily. So you definitely want to have 2 different products, or just use something that is for combination skin, because the last thing you want to do is to aggravate dry skin with using something for oily skin, which can really strip away any of the oils in your skin and really mess it up. All right, moving on. Let's talk about cleaning the skin. Now, as I mentioned, you'd never want to use bar soap on your face, because it's just going to wreak havoc. There's a lot of chemicals, and I don't even like, unless you find something that's from Neutrogena that's specifically made for the face, or something maybe by Oil of Olay, or some other brand, like even the Neutrogena brand, I think has the whole line for the men. You may want to check that area. And they're very inexpensive to get started with. You don't have to go to a cosmetics counter and spend hundreds of dollars on cleansers, because a lot of the, over-the-counter stuff is just as good. You just have to know what you're getting and making sure that you get the right product for your skin type, because that's going to make all the difference. But after cleansing, you may want to think about a mask, putting a mask on to really, deep cleanse the skin. Because, if you don't go for facials and things like that, if you're not one for cleansing your skin, you may want to do a mask. And just maybe if you can't do it once a week, then maybe try doing it every other week. And if you can't do that, at least do it once a month. And you want to exfoliate your skin, because, I forget how many hundreds of thousands of skin cells that die off on our body every night while we're sleeping. Having something to slough it off is really helpful. Now, you may not be used to doing this, and this is something that's going to take some time getting used to, because it's not something that, we're born knowing, right? This is just something that we learn, and it can really make a difference in your skin. And you may not only want to use a mask for your face, but you also may want to use one for your body. So let's say you have back acne, you may want to use a mask that's specifically treating back acne. And I know Clinique had a line of that as well. So think about these things, because when you cleanse the skin really well, you're going to start to see, you may start to break out at first, but that's just because the skin's getting really clean, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's been so long, and it feels great to get this crap off your face, right? So let it go through what it's got to go through. But if you see that it lasts longer than a certain time frame, like maybe a few weeks, then say, maybe it's the product you're using, and stop it. I'm also going to cover some face shapes, okay? So Just because, if you want to get a hat or wear a beard, it's good to know what your face shape is. So let's cover them, okay? There are 5 face shapes. You have the oval shape, which is the perfect face shape. That's considered the perfect face shape. So think of somebody like Jessica Alba. She has the perfect face shape. It's oval face shape. Eva Mendes, the next face shape, which is round. So think of like Jack Black, or even Cameron Diaz. She has a round-shaped face. Or Jennifer Goodwin. So it means that your forehead and your chin basically and the cheeks make a full circle. Okay, so you have a round face shape. But then you have the square face shape. So think of maybe Zac Efron. Salma Hayek also has a square face shape. So that means that the cheeks are the same width as the chin area, and it's basically creating that square. And then you have the heart-shaped face, which is also known as a inverted triangle-shaped face. And it means that your forehead is wider and it comes down to a pointed chin. So think of somebody like Reese Witherspoon or Jennifer Love Hewitt. They have that heart-shaped face. The next is the oblong face shape, which is almost like the oval, but it comes down a lot longer. So you may notice you may have like a longer chin line. Sarah Jessica Parker, she has an oblong face. Hilary Swank, she has an oblong shaped face. And why is it important to know that? Well, for a few different reasons. It can be for your accessories that you put on your face, whether it's eyeglasses or if you're wearing necklaces, or even if you have earrings and if you have pierced ears and you're wearing earrings. The other reason is for the hat shape that you want for your face shape. So, for example, if you have a round face shape and you want to camouflage it and you want it to look more angular, then you're going to want to wear a hat that's a little bit more angular. You may have eyeglass shaped frames that are a little bit more angular. Never go for round unless you want to accentuate it. If you're looking to accentuate, then you're going to go for that, whatever it is, and do more of that in there. So if it's round, then you're going to do more items that maybe have shape of a coin and they're round, like John Lennon glasses and things like that. And again, if you have a square shape and you want it to look a little bit more elongated, then you're going to want to, if you have an oblong face and you want to make it look a little bit shorter, think about wearing some bangs or something, some wisps of hair in front of your face to just kind of cut it off a little bit. And you may want to add some more fullness on the sides. Again, if you want to wear facial hair, you got to make sure that you're using the right style for your face shape. So, for example, if you have a small heart-shaped face and it's a little bit more of a smaller frame, you don't want to get a really thick, heavy beard going because it's going to set off this imbalance and it's not going to look right. You can still wear a beard, but just wear it a little bit closer to the face. Same thing if you have a round-shaped face, you may want to go with something that's a little bit of a longer length beard. But then again, you want to be sure that you keep it well maintained and groomed, because when beards, as you notice, when they get a little out of whack, it doesn't look very professional. It depends on what you're doing with your business. If you do have clients that you have to see, you may want to think about keeping that a little bit more close to the vest, as they say, just to keep it looking really sharp and professional. But speaking of beards, you have to take care of the hair on your face just like on your head. So if you're not, then you may want to start doing these couple of things. And one of them is using a pre-oil treatment before you shave, which can really soften and give you a really nice close shave and make your shave that much easier. Also, think about conditioners for the hair on the face, okay? And so it really can make a difference from something that's a little bit feeling a little harsh on your honey's face, start moisturizing it, using conditioner, and you're going to start to see in a few days even that there's a difference. Now, I'm just going to move on to the nails because, it's one of the things that we all see very quickly when we go somewhere, whether you're just paying money to a cash register at a cashier or you're sitting down and you're at a restaurant and, everyone sees your hands, right? I mean, it's not something you hide unless you put them in your pocket or you're wearing gloves. But most times we don't do either of those, right? So manicures for men. I know men don't like to go to the salon to get their nails done, but I'll tell you one thing. If you get your nails and your feet done, you're going to be amazed, especially if you work with work boots and your feet are always covered with, heavy socks and heavy shoes and heavy boots and you're walking on them all day long. I'm sure your feet are in desperate need of some TLC. So don't feel emasculated by stepping into a salon. Maybe you find a higher end salon and you'll see more males there. Get a pedicure. Let them clean up your feet. Get rid of the calluses. Get rid of the cracked heels. Make them nice and soft. I'm sure your honey's going to really be happy about that when you're rubbing them up on her at night and she's not feeling sandpaper, then she's going to feel something soft and snuggly, right? So take care of them. You don't have to polish them. Maybe you just put a coat of clear polish on them just to keep them looking nice and shiny. It won't last long. But even if you just go maybe every 6 months to get it done, it's really going to make a difference. And you're going to notice, you're going to have less pain in your feet too, because they also give you a massage. So they stimulate the calves and they get the blood flowing. And, that's always a good thing for the legs. So there you have it. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to leave you with today because that's a lot. And I hope that you implement them into your daily skincare routines. And your significant other is probably going to say, what's going on? Are you seeing somebody else? Just say, no, honey, I'm just trying to look my best for you. All right, my drumsters, I will catch you on the next episode. Remember, it's never too late to leave a trailblazing behind you. So rock on and rock out, and I will catch you on the flip side.